What is life? It seems like a simple question, right? But the answer? Well, it's surprisingly complex. In this explainer, we're going to break down the fundamental characteristics that separate the living from the non-living. Hey, eduminded students, and welcome back. All right, before we dive in, you know the drill. Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss a single lesson. Now, let's get started. Okay, take a look at this. It moves. It definitely has a distinct shape. It kind of looks like an animal. But is it alive? This is the big question we're tackling today. What's the real difference between a complex machine and a living thing? Well, to answer that, scientists use what's kind of like a secret checklist. And today, we're giving you that list. The 6 signs of life you absolutely need to know for your exam. Let's get into it. The 6 signs of life. First up, organization. And this is a big one. Every single living thing, I'm talking from the smallest bacteria to the biggest blue whale, is made of cells. Some are just a single cell, we call those unicellular, and others, like you and me, we're multicellular, made of trillions of them. But no matter what, it all starts with a cell. And what's wild to think about is that even a single-celled bacterium is incredibly organized. Inside that one tiny package, it has all these little structures doing specific jobs to keep it alive. It's like a perfectly designed micro-machine. Second on our checklist is growth and development. Now, these two might sound like the same thing, but there's a key difference. Growth is pretty simple. It just means getting bigger. Development, though, is about all the changes an organism goes through in its lifetime. A perfect way to picture this is a frog's life cycle. A tadpole grows by getting physically larger, right? But it also develops when it goes through that incredible transformation, losing its tail, growing legs, and totally changing its body. That's the difference. Third, we have reproduction. This is how life keeps going. It's the process where organisms make new, similar organisms. Now, it's not essential for just one individual to survive, but for a whole species to stick around and not go extinct, oh yeah, it's an absolute must. Number 4, response to stimuli. All living things react to what's going on around them and inside them. A stimulus can be internal, like when your stomach starts growling, that's your body telling you it needs fuel. Or it can be external, like a change in light or a sudden drop in temperature. This is a classic example right here. The plant senses light coming from the window, that's the external stimulus, and it physically changes its growth to move towards it. It's actively responding to its environment to get the energy it needs to survive. Okay, next up is a super important one, homeostasis. This is just a fancy word for an organism's ability to keep a stable, balanced internal environment, no matter what's changing on the outside. You can think of it like your body's own internal thermostat. And check this out, even single-celled organisms have this down. This paramecium lives in fresh water, so water is constantly trying to flood into its cell. To keep from bursting, it has this incredible little structure that acts like a tiny water pump, pushing out the excess to maintain its internal balance. That is homeostasis in action. And finally, number 6, use of energy. Everything a living thing does, and I mean everything, growing, moving, reproducing, even just thinking, it all requires energy. Your cells are constantly burning fuel to make it all happen. For almost all life on our planet, the sun is the ultimate power station. Plants capture that sunlight, and then that energy flows all the way through the ecosystem as animals eat the plants and then other animals eat them. It's the fuel that powers the whole system. Okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's do a quick fire summary to get this locked in for your exam. And here's the most important takeaway. For something to be considered alive, it has to show all 6 of these traits, not just a few of them, all 6. Organization, growth and development, reproduction, response, homeostasis, and energy use. Feel free to hit pause here and screenshot this table for your notes. So now that you've got the checklist, let's put your knowledge to the test. It's time for your mission, the challenge. Here it is. When you get hot, your body starts to sweat to cool you down. Which of the 6 characteristics of life is this a perfect example of? Think about what your body is trying to do there. Drop your answer in the comments below. Let's see what you've got. And that's a wrap. That's your 5-minute summary from the Eduminded team. Remember our motto, learn smarter, not harder, and understand your lesson in minutes. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next explainer.